Hello, this is Abbas Ali Khan and welcome to Audiology Studios at Channel Tech. Um, Today, this is my first walkthrough video that I'm going to share with you, and it's going to cover the process of film scoring that I go through when I'm scoring a film. And background score is a very important aspect of any feature film. And recently I did a film called Dekh Magar Pyar Se, which was produced by Shiny Toy Guns and was directed by Asadul Haq. And before that I did Jalebi, and the sound of Jalebi was very different than Dekh Magar Pyar Se, and it was like a total transition from the 80s kind of sound in which I used a lot of synthesizers. But in this film I had to go all the way to Europe, like mentally, and because the brief that I got from Asad was that he wanted a very French European kind of a sound. So I'm glad, because I always wanted to use instruments like marimba, accordion, piano, glockenspiel, and an orchestral sound which is which is rather smaller than a 70-piece orchestra. So like always, I started off with a basic signature tune, because I feel that it's the most important element of any film score, the signature itself. And it's that basic tune that you create, and later on you build on that. In this video I'm going to also play that signature tune for you, and then I'll share with you how that signature tune became bigger, and how the symphonic orchestra came in, and how the woodwinds and the brasses and everything they came together to build this beautiful score of Dekh Magar Pyar Se. Let me play that basic signature tune that I worked on, and I spent most of my time tweaking that signature tune, and because I think that is the thing that the viewers, when you go to the cinema, that is the tune that you hum when you get out of the cinema. So I'll just play that tune for you, and then we'll jump right into Logic, which is the DAW that I'm using for my film scoring, and there I'll discuss the nitty-gritties and the details with you in how what sort of instrumentation I used for the score, and we'll pick a particular piece from the film which is the main signature of the film, and we'll discuss that in detail. So let me play something for you first. This is it. So now let's jump into Logic and see how the magic is created. So here we are in Logic, and this is my first video tutorial, so please bear with the fumbles, and I don't know what kind of a flow to follow in this tutorial, but I'll just explain things one by one, and I hope it's going to be interesting for you guys. इसको कोई भी आदमी देख सकता है, उससे फ़ायदा उठा सकता है, whether you're a film composer or you're just a producer, music producer. And so let's get started. ये प्रोजेक्ट मैंने खोल लिया है, और फिल्म जैसे आप देख सकते हैं यहाँ पर इंपोर्ट कर लिए. दिस इज़ द प्रीव्यू ऑफ द फिल्म, और यहाँ पर ये फोल्डर्स हैं जो कि मैंने बनाए हुए हैं फॉर ईच सेक्शन. सो दिस इज़ द परकशन, जिसके अंदर मैंने ग्लॉकेनस्पील, द परकशंस और संतूर का एक इंस्ट्रूमेंट यूज़ हुआ हुआ है, वो मैंने इसके अंदर डाला हुआ है. ये फोल्डर्स इस वजह से बनते हैं कि ताकि आपका प्रोजेक्ट जो है वो ऑर्गेनाइज्ड रहे, और अगर आपने कोई ओवरऑल एनवलप करना है, लाइक वॉल्यूम एनवलप या पैनिंग, इस किस्म की चीज़ें, तो आप इजीली वो कर सकते हैं, बजाय कि आप सिंगल ट्रैक्स के ऊपर वो करें. एंड बाय दिस आई कैन डू envelopes on the single tracks like I have done over here, and then I can these are the envelopes on single tracks, and then I can do envelopes on the overall folder that I've made. So this is a string section. It has solo violin, violins section, violas, viola solo, basses and cellos, और woodwinds के अंदर bassoon, oboe, piccolo, and Then I don't know why I made a folder for the accordion, because it's a single instrument, but this is how I usually work. Uh, this is a scene where जो lead film की है एनी, उसको सिकंदर who's the male lead वो पहली दफ़ा देखता है, and this is also the signature tune of देख मगर प्यार से. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to play the whole thing for you first, and then we're going to dissect it, and I'm going to solo each track and play it for you, so you have a better understanding how this piece was made. So here is the full piece. Yes, so this was the love theme, and now let's go to each section and see how it's done. First of all, I'll solo the glockenspiel. Glockenspiel is an instrument like vibraphone and xylophone. इसके ऊपर मेटल कीज होती हैं जो कि पियानो या कीबोर्ड की तरह से ट्यून हुई हुई होती हैं, और ग्लॉकेनस्पील की एक बहुत ही ड्रीमी सी साउंड है, जो कि इट ऑल्सो कट्स थ्रू दी ऑर्केस्ट्रा. सो जो ऑर्केस्ट्रा का जो एक ग्रैंडियर होता है, जो कि डिफरेंट सेक्शंस की वजह से होता है, ग्लॉकेनस्पील जो है उसमें उसको कट करके उसकी फ्रीक्वेंसीज को और बाहर निकलती है, which is actually one great thing about glockenspiel. I personally love this instrument. It has a very dreamy and very fantasy kind of a feel to it. So let's just hear the glockenspiel. I won't play the whole thing because it's repetitive, so I guess you get the idea of what's playing. Now the percussions that I've used, there's a timpani, a triangle, there's what do you call it? Oh God, I forgot. Yes, tambourine. Yes, that's there, and let's hear it. Yes, a shaker is playing. And then I have this thing called Persian santoor that comes in the later part of the piece, and it's just adds this ethnic flavor to the whole piece and makes the thing quite running at the end. Yes, so this covers our percussion section. I've added like anything that I feel is percussive in this folder. So I'll close this now and open the string section. This is the most interesting part of this piece, and it has a lot of importance. This piece consists of different instruments that I used in the string section of the orchestra. First, I'll play the solo violin, which is basically playing the actual tune, actual signature tune. And for this, I'm using a virtual instrument called LA scoring strings for two reasons. One is that it has a very raw sound to it, which I wanted for this project. Plus the portamentos and the glissandos are amazing. I don't know if any other virtual instrument is offering such features. I think Hollywood strings is, but I don't have that, so I used LA scoring strings. I rely quite a lot on LA scoring strings for a lot of my projects. Somehow, um, I like the raw sound. Um, if somewhere I want a lush, softer orchestra, which is which uh, is quite dreamy and which is quite lush and smooth, then I use cinematic strings. But for this, I'm relying mostly on LS scoring strings. So let's listen to the solo violin first. Yeah, so this is the solo violin, and I've doubled it with the violin section. So let's see if I solo that as well, how it sounds. So obviously a section is included, so it sounds bigger now. But solo violin is cutting through the section, which is great. Then I guess I have played, here's a viola section that plays the harmony when this tune is playing for the second time. Let's hear that. Yes, it's harmony. Okay, so let's also add the solo viola to it, and this is played here, which it plays a secondary tune over the main signature, which is quite interesting. So I have added the solo viola here. Listen to it. Okay, now it's time for the cellos. Let me take this up. Cellos are basically playing single sustained notes, just to give it that low end, and they're playing yeah, mostly sustained single notes, and so let's hear it, and supporting the whole tune. So you can see that, you can hear that cello is playing almost the same thing over and over again, but with the changing signature, and with the added instruments, उसकी feel बिल्कुल change हो जाती है. And for the basses, which obviously is the lowest register of this piece, I am playing pizzicato notes, just like boom, 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 boom. So let's hear it. the bassist solo. Yep, so this is it for the string section, and now we will go to the woodwinds. Woodwinds आती हैं later portion में, और इस पोर्शन में ऑब्वियसली सारी चीज़ें एक साथ बज रही होती हैं, और we'll just solo the bassoon and listen to it again. Then bassoon and oboe together. And if we add the piccolo, so now I'm going to add this accordion, and let's listen to it with the accordion. You can hardly hear it because I've kept the volume quite low. It just plays in the background. Let me just solo the accordion and make you listen to that. Hang on, let me just turn this up. So this was the love theme. It comes in the film quite a lot of times, but this particular piece comes where the girl is seen for the first time, and then it's repeated in the same form when Annie walks out of the plane, sits in the car and walks away and drives away. ये थीम फिल्म में डिफरेंट इंस्ट्रूमेंट्स से बजी हुई है, बड़ी मिनिमल फॉर्म में भी बजी हुई है पियानो के ऊपर, और डिफरेंट बाकी ऑर्केस्ट्रा के साथ भी बजी हुई है जिस तरह कि आपने अभी सुना. Or I hope you learned something from this walkthrough video. Like I said, it's not a tutorial, so I really didn't play anything for you over here. But I just basically showed how I go about my orchestral scores, and hopefully, if you like this video, I will make more, and which are more in-depth videos, and where we actually make something on the fly. Thank you for watching this video. If you like it, do share it, and I'll make more videos like this one. Have a nice day.